before we take a look at the gameplay, this is going right now in the black market, and it's somewhat related because the Panzer V was, the little German premium tank last time around that I bought in the black market, and I thought it looked pretty good, and it turned out to be one of the best tanks I've ever bought, and was worth every penny I paid for it. And I'm fearing I'm kind of being drawn in with that mystique of the magic German tanks that go into sale. I don't know. I I played like 17 games in this thing and absolutely hated it when it first came out, but I was a much worse player. I think I'm better now. I think I can do it. It actually looks pretty good on paper. It's got weak camo, but it's around where the T-71 is, and it's got an interesting gun. It's kind of exciting. It actually has high pen compared to the other Tier 7 light tanks. And it's got a tiny turret, and it's got a Panther hull, which I like, but at Tier 5, I like it. At Tier 7, a light tank, I don't know. But I do remember ramming a couple light tanks with this thing and it being hysterical. So I hope I get it. And I hope I get it. I do hope I get it. Well, let's take a look at what I did with last year's German premium tank in the black market, and how it saves my day from sucking when I play World of Tanks. All snugged in, got a cup of tea. I've had a really tough stretch lately where certainly there's a bunch of games where I didn't play well, but overall I'm playing okay, and better than okay in a lot of cases. And some of the people I've got on my teams are just, it's depressing. I play this thing for fun, and when you get into a game with no hope, I even turned XVM off. I'm like, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. But, whenever you get a little bit behind, you can always trust there's some tanks you can just trust to get into and know it'll straighten things out. This is definitely one of those tanks. So we're in black market season. I've got my eyes on the Aufklärens Panzer today. I don't know why I want it. I just really, really want it. I think I'd be better at it. When I first had it, I only played a few games in it, and then they flipped and changed the German line, and they got rid of it. And I was like, oh, thank God that piece of crap is gone. And now I look at the stats. It's funny, I was watching Talk to Me Goose, and he's like, oh, it's terrible. And I'm like comparing it to the other Tier 7 lights, and I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty good. It's got the best penetration of all the Tier 7 lights. It's got pretty good DPM. It's got a tough hull. It does have a weak turret, but the turret's the size of a pin. Anyway, when I'm feeling a bit down, I get in a tank I got last year in the black market, this Panzer V. It is a Tier 5 tank that has no business having preferential matchmaking, but it does, and it delivers. So you get into this thing, and you know that you've got the same hull the Aufklärens Panzer has at Tier 7, at Tier 5. Now you do have a really squishy turret. You get a pretty nice gun if you load gold. And I load a filthy amount of gold in this, because I play this. This is my pay-to-win tank. I absolutely 100% put it all in here to make this thing make magic for me. So, and correct the injustices of the day. And as you can see, I've done okay in it. I'm not a slouch. This is a pretty good tank, and I'm doing pretty well in it. You can't get an ace badge on the South America server. You can't fake it. You got to bring this stuff up north. You got to play against the, real people and make this happen. And even then, the tolerances thing just to mark it were crazy. I've only got one mark on this thing, and getting an ace badge on this thing is pretty crazy. But it really can't just faff with other tanks. So it builds up a pretty good head of steam, and it's pretty heavy. So its horsepower per ton is pretty decent. Once it gets moving, it's clocking. And then it's got this Tier 7 medium hull on it. Then it's just filthy. And yeah, he did do a bit of damage to me, but it looks like I've kind of, got a few advantages. Oh, and he used heat. Well, there's a few people that are using heat, and they really just should have stuck to their HE, like that M4A1 probably would have done a bit more damage to me, perhaps done some critical damage, So see what happens. So we're down. It's 4 to 5. And I'm thinking, oh, come on. Come on, baby. We can do this. Okay, so there's Panzer III-4 over on my right. He's just sitting in the open and he hasn't spotted me. And I don't think his crew's too amazing, even though he's painted it all and put emblems on it. I don't think he can see too well. Maybe he had binos on it, but anyway, in any case, I'm not spotted here, and I'm just, you know, putting a few shots in as I can. But I really want to get that Type T-34 because I was in a match with him earlier, and he actually did get me pretty good. So, and he was in that Type T-34. So, let's go say hi. Now that we've backed off the chorus, we can. Oh, look, his awareness is good, but he didn't deal with my Tier 7 hull and my speed and the fact that I've got my E50M crew in this and it's set up for ramming. Like I said, the gun's not a sniper gun, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, go. Look, the left flung heat at me as well. He could have done some damage. That was a direct hit, but no. He bounced because he used heat, and the heat pen isn't even that amazing. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why people do that in that tank. I mean, if you do hit and you do pen, it could be hilarious. But at the same time, oh, that was really taking a chance with the... it's pretty tough, and I was able to keep going on that until the Valiant actually shot out my tracks. When I did that, I was like, oh, fuck, I just lost all my hit points. But no, it's fine. It's fine. This thing's tough. It is really tough, actually. Alright, let's just push into this guy. Now, I don't have a chance. I was kind of come out uphill, so I don't get a chance to build up ahead of steam. And the Valiant does actually have some pretty good armor. But we'll make work of him, and then let's take a look at these artillery over here. Oh, we spot 2 of them because my view range is amazing. And he's still using heat. He hasn't learned, and he will die for it. Unless the SU-122A. Let's just see if we can DPM him out, and we can. Nice. Now, Panzer III-4, you know, fucked off. Artillery missed. Panzer III-4 fucked off to the beach. So, alright. So it's turned around now. It's 12 to 9. I've managed to get a few kills under my belt, and that seems to have taken the pressure off the team to do what we need to do. And there's the Grille. He's making a run for it. Smart. And I miss. Not quite sure how. And I miss. Not quite sure how. Fine. Fine wargaming. Take your pound of flesh. I was firing gold, and those shots went nowhere. Alright, Grille's setting up to shoot me on the left here, so I will fade to the right, and we'll come around the side here, and he's going to try running away. He's really good at running away. I'll give him that. He really does give himself, you know, the chance to fight another day, but it's not going to happen, mate. It's not going to happen, mate. You're in the wrong German tank. You should be in this tank. I really hope they don't sell this again. I really hope they don't sell this again, because it's, I like it being exclusive, and I hate fighting them. When I run into another one, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to really work. I'm going to have to really work, and if I miss any shots. And I'm thinking now, I got 191 hit points, and that KV-222 has 4 kills. He's actually probably an okay player. I don't really want to fight him, so I'll just kind of, I'll just cap this out. You know, I'm not greedy. I've got a Top Gun. You know, I think I'm well on the way with, you know, 2,900 damage. But, you know, I'm in line for a high caliber. It's nice. Just take a rest. Sit here in the shade. Sit here in the shade and enjoy this. And this is such a break from these ball-busting games where I'm working my ass off. And I'm lower, middle tier, and I'm in a light tank or a medium, and I'm top on damage. And, oh, spotted. Well, maybe if he's going to come to us, then maybe we should oblige him. And he can't see me yet, but he is moving forward, so maybe we'll see me. Oh yeah, shoot the turret. Shoot the turret. Don't shoot the hull. The hull's tough, like yours. Shoot the turret. He's the opposite number to you. He's got the really, really, really tough, you know, KV-3, you know, hull. All right, we put him away. Get 7 kills. Nice job. What a breath of fresh air compared to having to let the team help you. Just do it yourself. Get one of these. Do it yourself. I mean, here's a pretty good example of the trash I'm dealing with earlier. I'm playing the Hawk 30, which is a decent, you know, not one of the best, for sure. Tier 8 premium light tanks, and I'm top on damage. You know, and I'm middle tier, And look at my tier 9s at the bottom there. Waffenträger Panzer 4, 0. T30, 0. You know, EVR Hotchkiss was very aggressive. I don't blame him at all for getting 0. But I mean, you know, when your tier 9s are getting, you know, swamped by, you know, tier 8 lights and tier 7s in the match, then, you know, you really ought to maybe take a look at what you're doing with your life. Okay, so it's a first class and a medal hall, and I got one of these Dimitri's medals for killing 3 SPGs, yay, and a high caliber, yay, and a top gun, yay me, and a nice surprise, a steel wall. I'll take it. And, you know, a litany of destruction and spotting across the enemy team. And, you know, 1,861 experience is a pretty good haul, but it's not enough for an ace in this bitch, I'll tell you that. Not even close. You have to have near perfect games. It's revolting, but they're possible. If you're smart in this tank, they're absolutely possible. And if you're not afraid to load the gold, it's really, you know, not, you know, possible. So, you know, do what you got to do. And of course, my Matilda BP and my we're making hay as well and really helping out. So glad we did what we did, because that KV-222 and the other team, 2,361 damage and 4 kills. He was well on his way to having himself a great game. But, you know, we prematurely ended the lives of 7 other tanks ourselves. So, you know, beautiful. And I do love the other tank I really worry about against this thing is the KV-1, and he was apparently atrocious. Beautiful. I don't make money in this. I don't make money in this, so it was a small loss of 21,000 credits, which in a tier 5 game is really appalling. It's appalling, but it was fun. And I would do it again. Absolutely would do it again.